There's nothing worse than walking into a room full of people and hearing them laugh, then realizing it's you they are laughing at. I wasn't always this big, but after months locked indoors, I came out completely different. Fat, slow, and everyone noticed. After finishing primary school, I spent about 2 months mostly indoors, recovering from a traditional coming of age process. By the time I stepped out, I had changed completely. Bigger belly, round face, heavier body, I could hardly recognize myself. Starting high school was supposed to be a fresh beginning, but my clothes told a different story. My trousers wouldn't fit, my t-shirt wouldn't button up, and I couldn't afford new ones. That's when I realized being overweight can be painful in a world that sees fat as a sign of weak human beings. At that age, how you look can define you, change how others treat you, and a few careless jokes can destroy your confidence. Let me tell you, being fat in a lower middle class citizen is not a joke. Everywhere I went, people had something to say about my size, my body, all my clothes. I laughed it off in public, but deep down, it broke me. Girls I crushed on and told them saw me as a joke. And after a while, I started believing maybe I really was a joke. In truth, words can hurt more than anyone admits. Body shaming at a young age leaves emotional scars. I began running at night, so no one would see me. All those eyes on me running, trying to lose weight, I could not risk it. In school, I avoided making line of being the first one at lunch. I skipped meals and made excuses during swimming or any activity that involved me removing my clothes in front of my classmates. I wasn't working out because I loved myself, or because I loved it. When you try to change yourself out of shame, it never lasts. Real transformation begins when you act out of self-respect. The only person who didn't judge me was my mother. She always said, "As long as you're trying, I'm proud of you." She didn't fully understand what I felt, but her kind support kept me going. As they say, one kind voice can silence 100 voices of judgment. After high school, my mother, like any other parent, wanted me to join college. But I wasn't ready. Imagining how high school was pure disaster. Now college? No, I wasn't. I needed to rebuild myself first, not academically, but mentally and physically. I met this girl. To be honest, my courage and smoothness towards girl has never been an issue. So, this girl introduced me to the National Youth Service. Next, I joined the program instead of going to college, and that's why I found discipline again, community, and friends. The fact is, nothing brings people together more than hard times. The training camp, pain became part of growth. The early morning runs, the drills, and the paramilitary physical exercise. And the exhaustion, I hated every second. Out there, I saw guys quit and run home, but personally, I had a mission. Even injuries could not stop me from seeing it through. But slowly, the mirror began to show someone I respected, someone I wanted to be, and someone I wanted to live like. Discipline hurts, but regret hurt more. The body changes fast and the mind follows. After leaving the program, I will check myself in the mirror every morning, and I was a happy man. Then something drastic happened. I started to gain weight again. The vigorous training was over, and my body was like going back to its original shape. That's when I realized this journey never ends. You stop, you slide back, you keep going, you grow. Health isn't a finish line. It's a lifelong balance between progress and patience. I see people shaming others for being fat. They love to say things like, just eat less, go to the gym. But I don't think they understand. If it was that easy, nobody would be fat. It's not really about fat. It's about pain, habit, and self-worth. Shaming never helps anyone. Understanding and empathy are what truly motivates you to change. If you're struggling with your body weight right now, just remember your story isn't over. Don't let people define your worth. Every step you take forward is proof that you are still becoming. And if you choose to stay the way you are, accept it and let no one tell you otherwise. Confidence doesn't start when you reach your goals. It begins the moment you start accepting yourself. Don't let others mold your path. It's yours. Be yourself.